Welcome to the distance learning program presented by Innobus on Oracle certifications based on Java. Let's see the introduction to the certification available in Oracle for Java. Here if you see, it is a pictorial hierarchical representation for beginning of your certifications in Oracle. The entry level is always Oracle certification for associates. So this certified associate for Java is the entry level where in Oracle you have all new definitions and also it focuses with all certification objectives that measure not only your day-to-day programming skills but also your ability to manage the situations you are likely to encounter on a variety of projects. Then you have Foundation, which includes Oracle certification program for professionals. So this is for Java professionals, that is OCP-JP, and then followed by Oracle certification for master Java developers. So these are the foundation after which you can get by clearing your entry level certification associate for Java, and then you further follow by specializations like Oracle certification for web component developer, then you have business component developer BCD, then you have Java web service, and also you have mobile application developer. So all these are the specializations for you in Oracle certification. After specializations, you do have advanced, where you have Oracle certification for mastering in enterprise architecture. So this will give you the advanced certification by clearing all the below certifications, and this is the highest level where you can get master enterprise architect certification. And also if you want to notice here, there is gray where you have significance for Java Enterprise Edition certifications, and the blue ones signify for Software Edition, that is Standard Edition for Java. And you have all the latest versions in Oracle certifications to be given. So you have Java EE 6 as well, and also it will have higher versions as it goes. The certificates will be provided for you to accept the certifications and attempt for your exams. So this is the picture where you can see the Oracle certifications in Java, starting with entry level, foundation, specialization including your enterprise edition, and also advanced. Let's see all these exam pattern preparation and need. What are these each and individual certifications requirement in our coming slides. To begin with, entry level Oracle Certified Associate. Here you need to have this exam for any basic entry level of your Java to be called as Oracle Certified Associate, and currently you have software, that is Standard Edition 7 Programmer. So this is the certification for Standard Edition 7 Programmer and with the code 803. The Oracle Certified Associate credential is typically the first step toward achieving the flagship Oracle Certified Professional certification. The Oracle Certified Associate credential ensures that the individual is equipped with fundamental skills, providing a strong foundation for supporting Oracle products. An OCA credential is available for several of today's most in demand technology job roles. So this is the associate certification pattern where you can see the standard edition 7 programmer exam number has got 1Z0 and 803 is the exam code. It has associate certifications where it tells Oracle Certified Associate is the code of this certification, and the exam product version is Java Standard Edition. Duration will be 140 minutes and the number of questions will be 90. The passing score for this certification is 77%, and also you have validated against Standard Edition 7. You can check the passing score policy based on which it will be categorized, but passing score is 77%. The preparation requires Java basics. So if you see Java basics, it can be scope of variables, structure of your Java class, create executable Java applications with main method, import other Java packages to make them accessible in your code. So all these Java basics are very important and it will be explored in your certifications questions. Working with Java data types, you need to know everything about declaring, initializing, and also read, write to object fields and everything related to your data types. It also includes manipulating data using string builder class and its methods. Including string builder, you do need to know creating and manipulating strings. User operators and decision construct. Here you need to know Java operators, use parentheses to override operator precedence, and also you need to know all the flow control statements, which includes these operators like if else, switch statement. Creating and using arrays. You need to know how to declare, instantiate, initialize, and use one-dimensional as well as multi-dimensional array. Using loop constructs. So you need to know all loops like you have while loop, for loop, do while loop. You need to know all these loop constructs. Working with methods and encapsulation. So create methods with arguments and return values, overloaded method, overridden method, access modifiers, encapsulation principles. So all these will come under methods and encapsulation. Working with inheritance. You need to know how to implement inheritance, develop code that demonstrate the use of polymorphism, and also you need to know how to determine and when casting is necessary. Use of super and this keywords need to be known to access objects and constructs. Handling exceptions. So here everything related to exceptions like runtime exceptions, errors, try catch block, throws, throw exception, all these concepts. So these are the preparation required to give your associate certification. Let's see the next level, that is Oracle Certified Professional. This is the professional certification path where you need to pass the exam of Oracle Certified Associate, after which you can pass this professional, that is Oracle Certified Java Professional Certification, and this is how the path entry level is. Oracle Certified Professional credential is the benchmark of professional skill and technical expertise required to manage, develop, or implement enterprise-wide databases, middleware, or applications. Increasingly, IT managers use this OCP credential to evaluate the qualification of employees and job candidates. And this is the job pattern, that is OCP-JP pattern, where you have exam number as 804, associated certification, it is Oracle Certified Professional. You have exam product version, that is Java Standard Edition. Duration is 150 minutes. Number of questions will be 90 and passing score is 65%. It is validated against the software edition 7, which is current. Preparation for Oracle Certified Java Professional. You need to have Java class design basics, like how to use access modifiers, overridden methods, overloaded constructors and methods, instance of operator, and many more. Advanced class design, which includes identify when and how to apply abstract classes, construct abstract Java classes and subclasses, usage of static and final keywords. Object-oriented design principle, everything including as-a relationships and how to use declares, implements and extends usage of interfaces. Also, you need to know singleton design pattern and to code to implement DAO pattern, that is data access object pattern. Generics and collections. Here it should include all the collections where you need to know list, set, map, comparable, arrays and list, also the syntax of each. String processing. Here you have search, parse, build string, and also using all regular expressions, formatting parameters, exceptions and assertions. Here you should know throw statement, try catch block, Java IO fundamentals, read and write data from the console, and usage of streams. Here, Java file input output includes usage of file class to check, delete, copy or move a file or directory, read and change file directory attributes. Building database applications with JDBC should include defining the layout of JDBC API, connecting to database using JDBC driver, update and query a database. Threads, creating and usage of thread class and runnable interface, manage and control thread lifecycle, synchronize thread access to shared data, also threading problems. Concurrency, which occurs in collections, you should know about atomic variables and locks. Localization, read and set the locale by using the locale object. Let's see Oracle certification for mastering Java developer. Here you have these many steps to be followed, where step 1 should be any of your certification, that is Java Associate, Java Professional, any one of it you need to have. Step 2, you should have some basic of training, and also in step 3 there is 855 code which says the Standard Edition Developer Certified Master Assignment. So here it includes assignment and essay. So you have in step 3 completing the assignment and step 4 completing the essay. Finally, you'll submit the form of all these steps and get your certificate for Oracle Certified Master Java Developer. This Oracle Certified Master Java Developer certification is for those programmers experienced in using the Java programming language. It is a performance-based certification. This certification is for those developers who are interested in demonstrating advanced proficiency in the Java programming language using Java Standard Edition. This certification is a combination of two exams, which we saw earlier in the previous slide. There was assignment and the essay. This is the pattern for assignment pattern, where you have the number, that is code, certification code as 855, and also it is associated certifications are Oracle Certified Master Java Developer. Product version is yours Java Standard Edition, and the duration for your assignment is 6 months from assignment purchase. Passing scores subject to validation of assignment percentage. You will receive your assignment result within 6 to 8 weeks of submission of your essay. So you can view your passing score more in detail by viewing the score policies when you take the certification. And it is validated against the assignment as being validated using Standard Edition. The preparation required. Programming assignment objectives. Here you have to write an application program using Java technology, and the application requires the following: a graphical user interface demonstrating good principles of design, a network connection using a specified protocol to connect to an information server, a network server which connects to a previously specified Java technology database, a database created by extending the functionality of a previously written piece of code for which only limited documentation is available. So these are the steps required for you to prepare while giving this assignment certification. And essay patterns. Once you're done with assignment, the next is essay pattern, which has the code number as 856, and the associated certification is the Oracle Certified Master Java Developer. The product version is Java Standard Edition, duration 120 minutes. And the passing score will be subject to evaluation assignment percentage. You will receive your assignment result within 6 to 8 weeks after giving this certification. So this exam is validated against Standard Edition. And the preparation required for your essay is listing some of the major choices you must make during the implementation of the assignment, which we just now saw. List some of the main advantages and disadvantages of each of your choices in the assignment. Briefly justifies your choices in terms of the comparison of design and implementation objectives with the advantages and disadvantages of each. So after completion of your assignment, followed by is the essay preparation, where you need to do these things to get your certification on Oracle Certified Master Java Developer. Next, let's see the Java Enterprise Edition certification, which is Oracle Certified Web Component Developer, normally known as OCWCD. OCPJWCD, which is nothing but Oracle Certified Professional Java Enterprise Edition Web Component Developer Certification, is for developers specializing in the application of Java server pages and servlet technologies, which are used to present web services and dynamic web component. So these JSPs, that is Java Server Pages and Servlet, are the key technologies for web components. And here if you see, you can see the certification part. You need to have any one of the certification, either an entry level or any of your professional level. And after having any of that certification, then you can apply for this certification. And for passing the certification, you do need to have the code 858. But to get into this web component developer, you need to have any of the entry level certifications, which we saw the certifications so far in the previous slides. This is the pattern for web component developer, where the exam number is 858. Associated certifications, Oracle Certified Professional, and it is for Java Enterprise Edition Web Component Developer. The version of it can change based on the certification. The current versions will be changing, and you can give or even upgrade your certifications for newer versions. An exam product version, it's Java Enterprise Edition, duration 150 minutes, number of questions will be 69, so passing score is 72%. Validated against Enterprise Edition. The preparation requires the servlet technology model. As I said earlier, this is web component development, and the certification will deal into the servlet and Java server pages technologies. So in section 1, you can find servlet technology model, where you can have all kind of concepts like HTTP methods, get, post, put, add, all those, and even you need to know about HTTP servlet request, response, and also the purpose and event sequence of servlet lifecycle methods. In section 2, you have structure and deployment of web applications. So here you need to know how to construct the file and directory structure of a web application, which can contain static or dynamic content. Also, you need to know how to deploy using jar files and the purpose and semantics of deployment descriptor. So this includes web archive file and the contents of web archive file. Section 3 is web container model, which will involve servlet context initialization parameters, including write servlet code to access initialization parameters through deployment descriptors, and every fundamental servlet attribute scopes, request, session, and context. And you also need to know the web container request processing model along with lifecycle. Session management. You should know how to write servlet code to store objects in a session object and retrieve object from a session object. And given a scenario, you need to even describe the APIs for it, also session listeners, and as well as the different mechanisms for session management. Web application security. So based on the servlet specification, you need to know authorization, authentication, data integrity, confidentiality, and all security related web application security. Also, you need to know the deployment descriptor where you can specify the security constraint. Java Server Pages Technology Model. Here you need to know about JSPs, where the JSP code including the template text, scripting elements, comments, declarations, scriptlets, expressions, standard and custom actions, also the JSP code directives. Along with it, you also need to know JSP lifecycle. Building JSP pages using the expression language. So this is nothing but expression language code that accesses implicit variables. Building JSP pages using standard actions. So here you need to know the code snippet which will use the standard actions like get property, set property, bean, which comes along with action tags, JSP action tags. Building JSP pages using tag libraries. So this includes custom tag libraries as well. Building a custom tag library. Java Enterprise Edition design patterns. So you need to know all the Java Enterprise Edition design patterns like model view controller, friend controller, service locator, business delegate, transfer object, and many more. Next, let's see Oracle certification for Java for business component developer. And this is also from Java Enterprise Edition. So this is a certification path. You need to have any one of the certification which we have seen so far. Along with that, you can have this certification exam with exam code as 860, which will give you the Business Component Developer for Java Platform Enterprise Edition. This certification is for Enterprise Java Beans technology, which is nothing but a business component where developers who are responsible for designing, developing, testing, deploying, and integrating EJB applications. To achieve certifications, candidates must successfully complete what we saw in previous slide, the path it has to be followed to clear any one of the entry level or the above level certification before taking this certification. And this is the exam pattern for business component developer with number 860. You have associated certifications for Java Enterprise Edition business component developer. The version is Java Enterprise Edition, duration 150 minutes, number of questions 61, passing score 57%. Again, it is validate against Java Enterprise Edition. The preparation, it requires EJB 3.x overview. If the Java Enterprise Edition is used later, the EJB version also changes. So you need to know all the concept of EJB, which can include the characteristics of Enterprise Java Beans, as well as the statements, programming restrictions, deployment requirements, the new features of this version, general EJB enterprise bean knowledge, which is very much necessary to know all the annotations related to it, along with lifecycle callbacks, session bean component contract and lifecycle. This is also one of the bean in EJB where you have life cycles of it which need to be known, like you have pre-passivate, post activate, and many more. Within session B, you do have stateful and stateless concept. In message driven bean component, you need to know how to develop the code that implements message driven bean class. It can include the use and behavior of JMS message driven bean, including concurrency of message processing, message redelivery, and acknowledgement. Java Persistence API entities, which are used for identifying correct and incorrect statements. In exams, you need to know about the characteristics of Java Persistence API. Also, to develop code and create valid entity classes, including the use of fields and properties. Java Persistence Entity Operations. So here, you also need to know the Entity Manager API. Also, along with that, we have concept of entity listeners, which will have pre-persist, post-persist, all callbacks related to Entity Manager API. Persistence units and persistence context. So these are very important in Java Persistence API, where you need to know specific details on Java Transaction API as well. Also, Entity Manager transactions. Java Persistence Query Language. So, this is the query language used in Java Persistence. You need to know the queries, how to develop the queries using different class like select class, where class, along with join class in and advanced queries. Transactions. This is very important. Everything about transaction. It can be bean managed or container managed transactions. Also, it's very important to know the EJB API for transaction management. Exceptions. You do have exception handling in EJB. So it is always important to know runtime exception as an application exceptions and all other exceptions to be handled in EJB or which can be handled by client's view. Security management. Security management is one of the important feature. Need to be known where to specify the roles and also the importance of security management in EJB using EJB container. Oracle certified for expert Java Enterprise Edition Web Services Developer. This is certification all about web services, and this is also the certification related to Java Enterprise Edition. So let's see this. The certification path goes as you need to have any one of the certification which we have seen so far. Also following this, you can give this certification with exam code as 862, which will fetch you Java Enterprise Edition Web Services Developer. The Oracle Certified Professional, where Web Services Developer certification is for developers who have been creating web services applications using Java technology components, such as those supported by Glassfish, Metro Web Service Stack, and the Java Enterprise Edition 5 platform. Passing this exam certifies that the candidate has achieved a standard level of proficiency with the web services, as well as with the Java technologies that support web services. This is the exam pattern used in Java Web Services. So it comes with exam number 862 with associated certifications for Java Enterprise Edition Web Services Developer, And the product version is Java Enterprise Edition. Duration is 150 minutes. Number of questions 65. Passing score 65%. And validated against Enterprise Edition. Let's see the preparation for Java Web Services. XML Web Service Standards. So here you need to know how to see the XML documents, schemas, fragments, determine whether the syntax and form are correct. Also XML schema in J2EE Web Services. SOAP 1.2 Web Service Standards, which will list and describe the encoding types used in SOAP message. You need to know SOAP processing and extensibility model along with message construct and create SOAP message that contains attachment. Describing and publishing, which will include the concepts of WSDL and UDDI. So you need to explain the use of each. Also need to know the component model of WSDL, including descriptions, interfaces, bindings, services, and endpoints. Also the necessary and basic functions provided by UDDI publish and inquiry API to interact with UDDI business registry. Java API for XML web services, that is JAX, WS technology for building web services and client that communicate using XML. So you need to give the set of requirements of web service and need to know about transactional needs, security requirements, design and develop web service applications that use JX WS technology. Also, integrated stack need to be known along with this development approaches. REST, JSON, SOAP and XML processing APIs. Therefore, every characteristics of each, that is REST, JSON, SOAP and XML, need to be known. The functions and capabilities of each API. Also, we have JAXR. Describing the function of JAXR in Web Service Architectural Model, which will have basic levels of functionality supported by JAXR and the function of basic JAXR business objects. J2EE Web Services, characteristics and services of JEE APIs. Explain the benefits of each using in JEE platform. Also, the functions and capabilities of JAXP, DOM, SAX, JAXB, and many more in Java Enterprise Edition platform. Security. Basic security mechanism need to be known, which can include transport level security and also SSL, message level security, XML encryption, digital signature, and many more. Developing web services. Here you need to know how to configure, package, and deploy Java EE, that is Java Enterprise Edition web services and service clients, including a description of the packaging formats, which can be in terms of .ear, Enterprise Archive, .war, that is Web Archive, or Java Archive annotations and deployment descriptor settings. Also need to know about the XML schema for a document style web service created by WSDL file that describes service and generation of service implementation. Web services interoperability technologies. So here need to know about WSIT technology and standards of it. Also, how to create WSIT client from web service description language, that is WSDL. And also how to configure web service providers and client to use message optimization. General design and architecture. Need to know the characteristics of service-oriented architecture and how web services fit this model. So designing a Java Enterprise Edition web service using web services design patterns. Also how to handle various types of written values like faults, errors, exceptions which can occur during web service interaction. Endpoint design and architecture. Here you need to know the procedure style or document style and also the function of the service interaction and processing layers in a web service. Next is the Oracle certification for Java mobile application developer. Here, the basic entry to get this certification is you need to have any of the certification we have seen so far. Along with that, to get this certification, you can have 8694 and it will give you Java Mobile Edition Application Developer Certified Professional. This certification is specially for developers who create mobile applications using Java technologies for cell phones or smart devices. Passing this exam certifies that the candidate has achieved a standard level of proficiency with mobile Java technologies, as well as with the Java technology for wireless industry specification, including the wireless messaging application programming interface and mobile media APIs. This is the pattern for mobile application developer certification exam with the exam number code 869. Associated certification is for mobile application developer and the product version here is Java Mobile Edition. Duration 150 minutes, number of questions 68 and passing score is 54% validated against mobile enterprise. The preparation required for it. In section 1 you have JTWI and overview of it, having all the details necessary for it like characteristics of JTWI specification which includes all the required specification and minimum configuration and also developing portable applications that are compatible with requirements and restrictions. So you have many concepts to be known like multi-purpose internet mail extensions, names which are applicable to connected limited device configuration, as well as mobile information device profile that is MIDP and wireless messaging API WMA with mobile media API. CLDC, which is used for you to know the requirement and scope of CLDC specification, including difference between these two versions, that is 1.0 and 1.1. Also the ways in which CLDC virtual machine does and does not adhere to the Java language specification and Java virtual machine specification. You need to know the differences as well as the limitations of exceptions or error handling with these devices. Security, including both CLDC and MIDP, need to know the design and build applications given for certain application level security. Networking. The generic connection framework specified by CLDC, recognizing its characteristics, usage using classes and interfaces, which can include identification of class hierarchy. Also, the code for MIDP networking and issues and limitations related to hypertext transfer protocol, as well as transmission control protocol or internet protocol, that is TCP/IP. Sockets you need to know of these two protocols and datagram, where we have user datagram protocol as well. Application model, delivery, life cycle, and provisioning. Need to know about the statements of each as well as the application model including MIDP execution environment. The MIDP persistent storage, need to know about handling, sharing, and removing of store within MIDP suites. Also, to develop code that correctly implements adding, retrieving, modifying, and deleting individual records in a read store and converting record store record data to and from byte arrays. Push registry. MIDP 2.0 push registry benefits and limitations. MIDP user interface, where it includes MIDP compliant user interfaces, recognizing portability requirements and limitations. Also, MIDP user interface high-level API, including concurrency, portability, structure of the API, and interplay with the application manager. MIDP game API. Here, you need to know the development of code using MIDP game API package to improve performance and reduce actual size. Also need to be compared with other MIDP low-level canvas. In section 10, you have media using MIDP and MM API. So, need to know the development of these API by set of requirements to develop the correct uses of MIDP, supporting for sound including audio playback, tone generation, media flow controls, and many more. You do have wireless messaging API, which includes the basics of it, also supporting sending and receiving messages and the generic connection framework. Also need to know the wireless messaging API support for short message service, nothing but SMS, and cell broadcast capabilities. Oracle Certified Master. This is the specialized certification and this is the topmost in the hierarchy. This certification is for enterprise architects responsible for architecting and designing Java Enterprise Edition compliant applications with an emphasis on making the best use of Java Enterprise Edition features to create flexible, scalable, and secure designs. The OCER certification signifies that its holders can handle advanced design responsibilities and lead roles in creating applications. To succeed this certification, candidates must demonstrate a deep understanding of appropriate uses of modern design architecture and current Java EE technologies for business applications. Oracle Certified Enterprise Architect for Java Enterprise Edition platform Certification certifies the skills of a software architect in the Java Enterprise Edition technology. Obtaining the certification requires the candidate to pass three individual stages, which includes a multiple choice exam on the basic concepts of Java Enterprise Edition technology, UML design project involving Java Enterprise Edition technology, and an essay exam regarding the design project. So here if you see, you have an exam 864 having Java Enterprise Edition Enterprise Architect Certified Master Exam, which follows as first step. Following that, second step will be the assignment of code 865, and this give you the Enterprise Architect Certified Master Assignment, and this will be the second step. Finally, you have an essay which completes your certifications, an essay with code 866, Java Enterprise Edition Enterprise Architect Certified Master Essay Exam. So these three steps and the exams are necessary to get Oracle Certified Master Java Enterprise Edition Enterprise Architect. So here, Oracle Certified Master Java Enterprise Edition Architect, this is the first step and the pattern of your exam, which includes the code number as 864, giving Oracle Certified Master for Enterprise Architect with duration 120 minutes. Number of questions will be 64. Passing score will be 57%. Can change. And the next step what we saw was preparation. Let's see the preparation for that first step, first certification exam. You need to have application design concepts and principles. So it's all about designing concepts and principles, common architectures, integration and messaging, business tier technologies, web tier technologies, applicability of Java EE technologies. So it includes all Java EE components, patterns, all the design patterns used for Java Enterprise Edition, and security as well. So these sections are important for 864 preparation, which will be the first step for you to get your enterprise architect. And this is the second step, which is used to get the master assignment. The code will be 865 and it is associated certification with Enterprise Edition Enterprise Architect. Duration will be 6 months from assignment purchase. Since it is an assignment, so the duration will be longer. And also note that both assignment and essay need to be submitted within 6 months of assignment purchase. The passing score, it can be changing accordingly. So the preparation of second step includes the preparation of first step what we saw. Object-oriented analysis and design using UML. Developing applications for Java Enterprise Edition. Developing architectures for Enterprise Java applications. And this is the last step, essay exam with program code 866 and it is for Enterprise Architect from Java Enterprise Edition. Duration will be 120 minutes and also it comes along with assignment where it has to be submitted within 6 months of assignment purchase. So far, we have seen all the certifications falling under hierarchy in Oracle certifications. We have seen the description of each and also known the value of each certification and the level of certifications to be taken in a proper flow. Now there will be a certain questions which need to be known by everyone who wants to go for certification or who are willing to take this certification and how to be taken. So let's see a few questions for these certification exams. Is this training required or is any training required in order to become certified? Training is always recommended to make your concept clearer. So it is always better to attend any kind of trainings and InnoBuzz is one of the training which is best to help you prepare for the certification exam and also will clear the concepts in contributing your success as a Java programmer in a short span of time with a high quality content of material needing for your clearance of certifications. Is training required before taking an exam? Any kind of training before or after is always helpful. So, requirements for certification may be met in any order. However, all requirements must be met before a certification will be granted. So, this includes any test, prerequisite certification, or required training. So, as said, training is very helpful while taking the certification, and Innovus is quite best to provide good content. How can I find out what to study or what training is recommended? You can know as we have already seen the preparation page for each certification and accordingly you can go for training for recommended topics mentioned earlier in preparation for each exam. Why should I get certified? Getting certified is an investment in yourself and in your career. The study, training, and practice that you experience as a part of becoming certified will increase your skills and knowledge. Java certification is one of the most recognized programming credentials in the world, and by becoming Java certified, you show your employer, peers, and customers that you are proficient in the latest advances in Java programming. So it's very important to get certified in your interesting skills. So we have learned the certifications, we have also known some questions to be answered. Now let's see if you can see the future by seeing the benefits of Java certified professional certifications. The process of becoming Java certified broadens your knowledge and deepens your skills through exposure to a wide array of important features, functions, and tasks. The IT professionals can differentiate themselves from their peers and competition and gain valuable job security by earning an Oracle certification. The demand for professionals in information technology is high and competition for jobs is intense. Individuals experienced or new to the profession need to know what skills make them attractive to employers. Employers look for ways to distinguish employees and prospective employees who have the solid foundation of skills needed for effective performance. So these will answer you for the future. Certifications are always best for your career. You can always have a good training and get certified on time. Here if we see at a glance, we have Oracle certification program which helps the IT industry make these distinctions by establishing a standard of competence in specific job roles. An Oracle technical certification is a valuable, industry recognized credential that signifies a proven level of knowledge and skill. 97% said that they have benefited from certification, and 96% would recommend the program to a professional colleague. And also, you have higher percentage saying they have gained more confidence in their Oracle expertise after becoming certified and getting trained. So you can get all these going by getting good training, and this is one of it. Here we conclude with all the certification we have seen so far from Oracle and also the interest in getting trained and getting the certification. Thank you.